Welcome to Something Like That. My name is Nav, and this show is brought to you by nobody, absolutely nobody. I haven't even looked into sponsorships yet, but if you want to, hey, why not? Come on board. Get in touch with me. All you have to do is drop me an email, and I'll be happy to assist you on that part. In the meantime, if you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to click on the like button and subscribe at the very same time for all the awesome videos. But if you're not a video person, don't forget to listen to all our podcasts via Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, whatever stream you can think of, we are available there. And this week, my guest, well, two dudes. I had a chat with them a couple of weeks or a couple of months back, and finally get to see them together on one particular show. That's right, they are from the band Hey J. Of course, they have the individual projects, but as a unit, they operate as Hey J. I'm going to bring them on board first. Let's see, Shakir and Jay. Let me get the screens right. Say hey. Okay, I'm just going to be honest. Like I never lie on this show. I just tell the truth. This is the second time we're recording this particular podcast. The first one, I fucked it up, man. I fucked it up big time. So you might be hearing some stuff like I still am pretending, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to ask it all over again, which is fun. And on the bright side is this guy's a bit more charged up for the second recording, which I'm praying. Hopefully everything is okay this round. No more echo sounds, no more any technical sounds, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
no more
All
echo.
good, right?
Okay,
good. You
here?
guys,
Yeah.
you're sounding sexier this time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sexy.
So this time we got it right. Anyway, thank you for coming on board for the second round, and actually it's technically third round, but technically third round, but it's good to have you guys on board. You guys been very busy for the year 2021. Especially when you bagged the award from the Indie Rampage Radio, which is located in the big US of A, for the best rock song of the year. Congratulations to you guys.
Thank you.
I saw the trophy was beautiful, man. You received
Yeah.
the trophy?
Yeah, we didn't expect that we get a trophy. Because when they announced it's through via email, and they just say congratulations. They give like this some sort of certification, like e-certificate kind of thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but apparently then after a few weeks they asked for my home address. So I
Ooh.
thought they're going to send the e-certificate in hard copy, but instead we got the trophy instead. So I was like, wow.
Nice, man. At least something, right? Instead of just posting it on on Instagram, at least you get the hard copy at home, lah. Especially when you bring the chicks back home, it's like, okay, hey, I got this. This is my Grammy, lah.
Yeah, I think we really appreciate the Indie Rampage folks. They really try to give the limelight to indie musicians and really celebrate indie musicians. Even though we are not from US, but they still do that.
Yeah, that's the best part of that. Is like, because I know a lot of people from different parts of the world also were involved, nominated, and you guys bagged the award, which is amazing, man. So you took it to the international playing field, which is So it's like your very own Olympics, lah, Olympic medal, lah, technically.
Yeah.
And
Surprisingly,
this was for which song? The best rock song of the year.
it was Never End. In fact, we got our two songs being nominated. We received the information from them, from the panel of judges. They said our two songs that was still and currently played in that radio is to be nominated. Never End and Good to Go. Then it turned out Never End won the award.
Nice.
Yeah. So
I love this kind of stations that support all the indie acts, man. Did it come with a nice big paycheck saying that prize money of $1 million or something like that?
I wish, but this recognition is good enough.
Equivalent to the
as of
$1 million,
now.
lah. Don't you
Yeah.
lie. No amount of recognition is equivalent to $1 million, man.
It's okay to
It would
feel
be
like
nice
$1
to have a
million.
paycheck also.
Yeah, it's okay if you feel like $1 million, but if you
Okay
still have
lah.
RM1 in your pocket, it's okay.
Yeah, that's how we console ourselves, lah.
Yes.
No, but
Yeah.
hopefully next year when they have a bigger budget, a paycheck comes in together in the mail. Like, can I have your house address? No, we got a nice big fat check for you, man. That would be good. But
That
how
would be
has it
awesome.
changed? How has it changed? I mean, after winning the award, that you guys stepping up the game right now, taking it to the next level for the next round. Have you participated or have you been invited for any other awards after this? Usually, whenever a Malaysian artist makes it, Malaysian talent makes it an outside of Malaysia, the local guys start jumping on you guys. Come. We also got something for you. That kind of thing. Has that happened yet?
Locally, no. But overseas, yes, we did receive an email from an unknown people or unknown organization ask us to promote their brands. I don't know, it's like I don't know. It's just like a middle person organization that supports their clients' products, right? So they're looking. We got this some sort of email, but
Endorsing.
some sort of that a review. Ask us to review the product.
Okay, well, it's a good start. It works, lah. That's how the system works.
I think for us, it's like we've been musicians for so long. It's kind of alien to be an artist when you start bragging about, oh, we're successful here, successful there. So I think that's.
But the thing is, that's how the I wouldn't want to say trend is how the whole market has been customized at the moment. It's like I've had some artists that I don't want to mention names who signed up for recording labels, and apparently one of the criteria for them is like you got to post all this, you got to brag as much as possible. It doesn't matter if you come up with more music, but you got to come up with more social media posts. That's the focus right now. How you do it, where you do it, it's no longer the label's responsibility. But as an artist, you have to do that in order for you to get the popularity, which is, I kind of find it sad. Like, isn't that's the purpose of having a label, for them to do all that job and you just focus as a musician solely on your music?
Yeah, well, one would think that, right? But yeah, it's a changing landscape in the industry.
Yeah, true.
Good and bad.
Pros and cons, but it's
pros and cons. It's nice that you make an effort. You have more of a personal touch with your audience, your followings. But at the very same time, it's like the focus is not what you want. It's like you want more of that music part of it. Because this happened with DJs at one point in time. It's like at a certain point in time, DJs would just, you come in, I play music, entertain the crowd, and then go back. Then all of a sudden, the trend changed where you want to play, you got to make sure you market, create flyers, bring in customers, and then you get the gig in that particular place. It's like, okay, you got to do the PR and marketing too. So it's a good thing, but on the long run, that's going to be not so good thing. Yeah, exactly. It's good and bad about that whole thing. Even but then again, maybe I'm just thinking too much or exaggerating a little bit. But seen the pattern happen before, so hopefully it doesn't continue that way.
I think for the band, in conjunction with the win, with the award win, we recently released Jam from Home video for Never End.
To celebrate the whole thing.
Yeah,
I was about to ask you about that actually. It's like
not
the
to
whole
celebrate.
Jam.
Yeah, it's not kind of like a celebrate. It's just like
follow up.
To follow up. It's just in a way to say thank you. To all the people that been supporting our music. Because in the background a lot of people been sharing our songs, even though not publicly in the social media, but they forwarded through WhatsApp messages.
I do that all the time. My friends get annoyed sometimes. It's like, hey, check this out, man. Check this out. I'm trying to push it to all my connections that I have. It's like, hey, check this out, that kind of thing. But winning this kind of awards and recognition in a way, does it pressure you guys as a band, in the sense that, like what you said, once you have this thing, you got to have the continuity, the follow-up to it. You just kind of like, I win a bad award, I keep it and done deal. But you have the thing that, shit, now that people know me, I got to keep on producing or churning out more music, be more active than I usually do. Does that happen for you guys?
Oh, okay. Like to us, not at all. Our foot's still on the ground. We are not changing. We will still do. We will still write. We will still produce the same kind of music, because like getting this award is a plus point, because the objective is to share our work, to share our music. that's the most important thing. To expose ourselves, digitally, not just here but
Yeah,
everywhere.
that's the thing I was asking is like because you got there, but I mean you have now you will have a new set of audience or maybe perhaps fans is like how they want to put it. So it's like now you got to have. Does it pressure you to come up with more and more music in that sense? It's like oh now I got to work additional. I have to come up with more songs, videos. Since now I have a new bunch of audiences, I got to cater to them so I don't feel like losing them at one point in time, at a certain point of time. So does that happen for you guys in the sense that no, now I know I got to do it more and more and more?
Oh, no, not at all, because we've been giving more since day one.
Okay.
We might do extra, depending on the circumstances. But as of now, we are still work hard at the same level. We not being complacent or whatever. We still like motivates us to even write better. Individually or as a group. Yeah, it just kind of
Yeah, I
like
think
good motivation on that lah.
it's a motivation because we play like grunge, alternative rock, 90s rock music. So it's really cool to see that there's a big market for that type of music. So that energizes us like, wow, there are people who want to listen to this stuff, which is really cool. And
Yeah, because it is a bit tricky when it comes to, especially when you do a comparison between the local stuff down here. Because local stuff, when you say like alternative and grunge, is always just associated to a niche group, or rather the indie, the underground, those kind of groups. It doesn't go in the mainstream media or radio or broadcast in that way. But when it comes to the abroad, you have different segments of audiences who appreciate this kind of music, especially when you talk about the world. Hey, the population, the figure, the ratio. So it does do good for the band itself. And this
Yeah.
was which song again? The award that you won, best song of the year.
Never End.
Never
The
end.
our first single.
yep, the first
Oh.
single.
Okay, okay. And you have two songs which is nominated, right? Good Vibrations and Never End.
Good to Go and Never End.
Good to go. See, you see, you
Yeah.
see. I seriously need to punish myself. I'm gonna start picking my eyebrows the next time I mess up with your song titles, man.
No, it's
It's
okay
like
now.
I just feel like an idiot every time I do that.
No,
man.
we have like indie radio messing up our song titles.
So
Yeah.
it's just that I have too
Became
many
good to
songs
know.
running in my head, and you got movies like cross. I don't know. I think it's because I get do a lot of podcasts, a lot of artists, so you tend to
Yes.
get confused with the names sometimes. I know, but
Yes.
there's no excuse. There's no
Understood.
excuse. This
No, it's
this is
okay,
my
man.
bad and my apologies for messing up the titles.
No
Next time,
worries.
just
But
gonna
but
put
but but Nev, to segue from your point just now, yes, Good Vibrations is one of our songs, and it's actually our current single.
Yeah, it's the third single with
Ah.
our
So I
Yes.
mean, I'm correct, but I'm not wrong. I'm sorry, I'm
Yeah.
wrong, but I'm not. No,
You're
not
not-
really wrong, lah.
Yeah,
I'm
you're
not
not
very
really
wrong,
wrong.
lah.
there's still points there. There's
Yeah.
still
Still
marks.
points down. I think it's still there, lah. Still there.
You're
So
not in
that-
the goal, but you're in the stadium still.
So I mean, oh yeah. So that means I was talking about your song. Okay, so now I don't have to feel
Yeah.
bad, lah.
Yeah.
So I know your songs. You see, I know your songs.
Yes.
Yeah,
got
that's really
mixed up.
appreciated. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. So and speaking of songs, you guys just came out with the jam session, and Never Ended. That was a track. You had a jam sessions going on, which is can be seen and watched on YouTube, and I think you also have it on Instagram TV, right?
Yeah, IGTV. Yeah. At first we did not plan to put it in IGTV. When we premiere it last Friday. After the premiere, we noticed that there are some visual qualities issues during the
Okay.
performance, not the intro video. So we just until now we still try to figure out what went wrong. Like even during the testing before the premiere, the resolution, the visual was okay. So to compensate that, yes, then we just put it out on IGTV.
I think now I know why I always have technical issues when it comes to you guys whenever I do record my podcast. It's the vibe, man. The virus or the vibe that
No,
you.
we did not, we did not bring jinx here, man. We did not-
No, or maybe it's the other way around. Based on the last podcast we had similar issues. I think maybe I passed it over to you guys, and it's a pass back right now.
Oh, okay.
It could be that also.
That's what we do, man. We trash the place.
Trash the place. But anyway, tell me more about the jam session. Why decide to come up with that button, that jam session instead of a complete new music video altogether?
Oh, okay. Yeah, we've been thinking about it in a while. Because we did see other bands did it in their online shows. So me and Shakir was thinking like, how did they do this? In terms of technical thing, right? So Shakir did most of the homework in terms of how to edit, how individually to record ourselves, because this one is not like a kind of a textbook available. It has to be like try and error. So it took a while for us to do this. Even
Oh, wait a minute. You guys did this whole thing by yourselves. There's no somebody else, no extra third party involved in recording and editing this whole thing.
No, editing is from Shakir. Yeah.
Oh, pretty skillful dude, eh?
Yeah.
He's a MacGyver in the band. He's a MacGyver in the band.
Somebody just lost his job. One guy out there just lost his job, man.
Yeah.
It's like they could have made a video, and then since Shakir got his job, so now he's going to be jobless. He can't feed his family because of it.
Yeah,
Well,
technically. Yeah,
Because I do it for free.
Yeah, technically, we want to do that jam video in conjunction of the anniversary of the single. So the winning the award, it was like icing on the cake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a good follow-up. Like, it's like if you look at the marketing plan of it, it's a good follow-up. Yeah, the award, the track, and I must say,
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you, I do not know what was the technical issue, because as far as I'm concerned, after watching it on YouTube, it was pretty okay. So maybe if I check out the IGTV, I can see the difference. But overall, if you look at it, it was fantastic, man. I kind of like the video. For those listening right now, I'm going to post it on this particular page. You can check it out for yourselves.
Yes, check it out.
Yeah, check it out. Yeah.
And just for the benefit of our listeners, the last time we had a conversation, yes, I had Jay on individually. I spoke to him before, and Shakir individually again. But Hey Jay is actually a unit, the whole band. So we haven't really introduced the whole band members. They were supposed to be on the show, but due to unforeseen circumstances, they couldn't be on board. In other words, they were dating, since now everybody can go out for their meals. So I wouldn't want to ruin that. So tell me, who's who in the band right now? Just help enlighten us, the remaining members.
Okay, we have Wat on drums. Then we have Boy on lead guitars. We have Stuart, rhythm and lead guitars. We have Felicia on keyboards, and Shakir on bass.
Nice.
Yeah.
So there you go. And the best part is, like, one of the reasons why I wanted to have an introduction was a couple of days back, Jay actually gave me an updated profile of the band, which is an amazing profile. Trust me, if you're a recruiter, you'll hire them for no particular reason, just by looking at their whole profile itself. And also notice that the bands have different let's say alter ego, or rather not to say alter ego, but they also perform with different bands together. So it's like they're everywhere. They're here, they're there, they're everywhere. It's like basically they're dominating the market with as many bands as possible. So either way you see, you'll somehow or other bump into them in one show at least. Any show that goes on, you'll bump into at least one member from Hey Jay in the showtime. So is there any particular reason why you guys do that? It's like why playing with different bands and all.
I think the main reason is because the indie scene is a tight-knit community. It's actually a very small scene. So we help each other out. So like, oh, this guy need a bass, okay, I'll play bass. Or this guy need a guitar, or I'll play guitar. And I think that's the same thing with Jay as well.
Yeah, because it started off as like okay, we try the session in one show, and then suddenly the chemistry hits,
Yeah,
and then you enjoy playing their songs, yeah, so that's how it come about. Like Shakir said, it's a harmony, kind of like a scene,
Mhm.
yeah, regardless of which independent community parts that you're from. But if you go anywhere, yeah, of course you bump to each other, and you, okay, I know this guy, okay, you know this guy, it,
Ah, okay. So it's
yeah,
But for
kind of
me,
nice, a tight family thing.
yeah, I think
yeah,
for me personally, I really enjoy um, taking someone's composition and helping it become realized as a full band version. So I
Oh,
hear
okay.
it first as an acoustic, just them and the guitar. Then say, okay, maybe I'll play the bass, and wherever they add their stuff, it become a full band sound. And that's where the satisfaction for me. Oh wow, finally we have
But
released the
the
full
thing
band
is
version.
this, I mean, as much as it's nice, at the very same time, what happens when, since you've been performing at different bands, what happens when both bands have a show at the same time, same date, but two different venues? What happens then?
oh, okay, Shakir have that kind of experience.
Yeah.
So how do you
I,
deal with that? How do you cope with that? I mean, I'm pretty sure there are seasons like peak seasons when you have back-to-back shows going on, and both
yeah,
bands have shows, but you can't be in two places at the same time. If it's the same venue, fine, I can just play for this band and I switch over to the other band. But if it's two different
yeah,
venues, how does that happen?
For me personally, it's like who got the show first. So if this band got the show first, then oh sorry guys, I gotta pay for this band. I already committed this band. Uh,
yeah,
yeah, that's basically the rule of thumb. So far, I actually have this one funny incident where I play in one band and we perform at two different venues at the same time.
yeah.
So how? So the next person has to replace you, what, practice the whole song again?
No,
Oh,
it's the same band. It's the same band. The same band, and the members are all in the same band, but we perform at different venues under the
that
same name.
they split the band. Yeah, basically they
Oh,
split.
this is like franchising a band, man.
Yeah,
It's like sub outlets.
Yeah,
yeah,
but in a way, it's good in terms of like growing your musical knowledge, gaining more experience. If you play other different kind of genres, like you try to be more versatile and more universal, and then you start to appreciate other people's songwriting. Right? So
You got to learn.
yeah, so it's kind of privilege that they or not to say one, but yeah, they allow us or they invite us to play their song. It's kind of like a kind of privilege thing. And then also it's good that you play multiple genres. Like for me and Shakir, we play for other people, but it's all from across different genres. You got pop, you got like R&B, and then you got this 50s vibe, and same goes with other of Hej's members like Boy and Wah. Yeah, they play in a punk rock band called Johnny 23. And
Okay.
Wah and Stewart, they have their own band, Maverick, playing instrumental post rock kind of thing. Yeah, they have their own thing as
But
well.
switching bands, jumping from bands to bands and
Yeah,
performing at different times, stages, sessions, does that influence your music creativity on your creative side of it? Does that heavily influence it? Because, like, say for example, Hey J has this particular distinct sound, like you said earlier, alternative
yeah,
or grungy kind of sound. But
yeah.
performing with different bands and then coming back to your producing your stuff, does that influence your sound, your music itself?
Uh,
yeah.
no, not to
Uh,
me, not really, because if you play different kind of genre, and you already establish the kind of sound that you're supposed to deliver or what is expected. Right? So in terms of delivering and performing,
Okay.
yeah, but in terms of self reflect on our creativity, of course it gives, like, when you gain more experience, you gain more knowledge about this sort of genre, everything, of course it in some way it inspires you uh to become a better become better songwriter, but still stick to your roots.
Nice. How about you,
You know,
Shakir? Do you feel the
you know,
same?
Nev. I want to share a story. I play in this band called Delegation X. So I'm not the songwriter, but I have my guitar parts there. So there's this one particular show that I wasn't available, but Jay played with them. So when I listen back to the songs that I recorded with them, but the way Jay plays it and his own style, like, oh yeah, yeah, that's a really cool take. So like, it's like there's like inspiration there, like, oh wow, that's a different way to play that part of the song. So yeah, I think it's part of it's part of someone's growth, to play with other people and also to hear like how other people interpret your parts.
Oh,
Mm,
cool. That's okay for you guys. I mean, it is more of pros than cons itself.
yeah,
Yeah, so
yeah.
so far close, yeah.
Yeah, speaking of performing, hey, now that most of the things we've moved on to a couple of phases right now. I'm still confused with fasa satu dua tiga. I don't know which is which anymore. I thought three is. I mean, I thought it was like going from 3, 2, 1 or 1, 2, 3. I don't know which is which. We are
Actually,
somewhere
there's
in some
four.
phase. Huh?
There's phase 4 actually.
I don't know. I'm seriously. I'm phased. I'm more like phased out with
You're
songs.
phased out.
I don't know which is which phase. Some phase lah, but which allows people to go out and do shows and all. So have you guys like lined up yourself? Are you all up and running for your upcoming shows? Any upcoming shows going on?
Yeah, for the band, we have a couple shows lining up. Mostly it's going to be a live performance, but it's going to be published online.
Yeah,
Via
a virtual
YouTube.
show.
Yeah, it's going to
Okay,
be a
so
virtual show. Yeah.
so you're gonna so technically it's a live stream lah.
Not yeah. It's kind of like a live stream, but
But do
it's
you
going to
have
be
audiences and all, or just like in the studio?
in the studio.
Yeah.
Okay, so
So,
it is
yeah.
more of a live stream yet. But
Yeah.
then again, given the chance to do a live performance right now, are you all ready for it? It's like, are you all still like, just let it go a little bit, see how it plays on the terms of safety? I know everybody's double dosed at the moment, so it's like, are you ready to go out and perform, or you just want to just give it a little more time before you could actually do your physical side?
Yeah, from what we see, if you like busking, yeah, we can see it started to, yeah, like to resume back as per normal, right? But like for live band performance in terms of live shows, yeah, what we can see is like most of organizers and venues still is like at the testing water stage. It's like
yeah.
Okay.
yeah, kind of testing stage, because it's kind of like things that you never experienced before. Now it start to, yeah, they're gonna start to receive, or yeah, a real life audience. So yeah, they're gonna test how well they are managing the crowd, yeah,
So it
especially on
will
that.
take some time.
Yeah, it's going to take some time, like, but if for us, being a performer, if we get to play that kind of shows, of course we have to take part as well to, yeah, communicate, or yeah, to have like a discussion with the venues and organizers in terms of safety, yeah, even though that will be on stage, but yeah, because we have to take care of the crowd as
Yeah,
well.
true.
Yeah, because
True,
we
because
would
I've seen
we
even now that lately since they opened up most part, as much as they say they're following SOPs, but nothing is actually being followed. Everybody's everywhere right now in most of these venues, not necessarily performing venues, but in terms
yeah,
of like eateries and malls and all. It's like everybody's everywhere, man. It's like no one
yeah.
cares about the SOP.
I think for me, like personally, like it would depends on the organizer or the space owners, like the people that I work with, like we trust and we know that they want the best for everyone or parties. Yeah, if they invite me to a show, yeah, I'll go on ahead.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool, man. Speaking of all this busking and live performances, I asked Asmil this question on my previous podcast, and
Yeah.
the thing is, like, I've been curious lately because I've noticed a trend of buskers that has evolved very much. Because, like we spoke earlier with Asmil, like they're saying that at the very start of busking, it was just the musician and his or her guitar performing at one particular venue, then
Yeah.
slowly evolved with a bit of sound system, and now it's a full-fledged band performing under the guise of busking. which
Yeah.
I'm still confused right now to the maximum.
Yeah. I agree with you, Nav. Yeah, they should have another term for that, because busking is about the maximum is like 2 piece,
Yeah.
kind of thing. Yeah, because busking originally is just you and the guitar. There's no equipment at all.
Yeah. Now, the thing
Yeah.
that's another thing which worries me, which is in the sense that when you have a lot of people like more like a showpiece band performing in certain venues under the guise of busking, which means they don't get paid. They get paid by whoever's the audience in terms of tips and so on, right? The venues don't actually pay buskers, right?
Yeah, some venues do.
Yeah,
Some
some
venues,
venues do. Yeah.
yeah, some
Some
venues
venues do.
do. Yeah, like me and Shakir, same like Azmir as well. Yeah, we do perform at Publica on my monthly basis. In There's a session called singer songwriter session, where the venue supports our independent singer songwriter. So
That's fine because those are the places where venues are actually paying talents to perform over there. So
yeah,
that's a different thing. But I've also noticed that some venues they open up, they give a space for buskers to come and perform, and they don't get paid for it. So which means
Yeah.
free
yes,
entertainment for the venue, but buskers have to work their asses off to get some money. So which
yeah,
is kind of I find it to be unfair at the moment. They changed. I mean, this is especially for the whole full fledged bands and all who's
yeah.
performing. They have a space. They have to do collection. On the long run, do you think this is going to be a bad thing for musicians like buskers or the full fledged showpieces?
Oh, that's actually a really good question. And um, I know some venues who do that. They don't pay the acts, but they put like a tip jar for the performers. I think where I draw the line is that if you want to do that kind of arrangement, you don't dictate the songs that the performers perform. So if you want to perform originals, yeah. But if you dictate, say, I'm not going to pay you, but you have to perform all the top 40
You
covers,
have a
yeah,
lot
that
of
thing.
criterias and all those.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But if you say, you know what, you don't even have a following, but you want to perform all your original song, you can. But I won't pay, but I'll give you the space to perform, give you a good sound system, and I put a tip jar there for people who like your songs. I think that's a fair trade, but opinions differ, of course.
Yeah, because I was also
yeah,
worried in the sense that would these venues start taking it as a trend right now by giving spaces and taking advantage of these musicians by not paying them and making sure they make their own money. All I do is I give you space. So it's like last time I have a stage, you come to perform on my stage, I pay you. Now it's like I have a stage, you come and perform, you make whatever you want to make, but you entertain my crowd. Free entertainment for my customers. Now that's kind of disturbing, isn't it?
Yeah,
yeah.
I think when it gets to a point like they dictate what you can play, yeah, I'll say that that's not cool.
Yeah,
But
it's also disturbing if there's a new venue suddenly comes out and start to impose this kind of thing. That is a worrying part, because there are existing venues that that comes with this sort of approach, which the performers who sign up is already know what it is,
Okay.
right? Because number of performers, they will go to the venue that they used to go. They know, because that's the platform that they can share their talent or their music, right? So they know where to go. But if this time around, if there's this new kind of venues, this new kind of venues who likes to suddenly taking advantage, in some say, because they're using the existing other existing venues, or they use that, so we will do that as well. That one is kind of disturbing.
Yeah,
Just to
that's
share
true.
with
Because
Yeah, just to share with you, Nev, me and Shake, during the pandemic, yeah, right, before the third MCO lockdown, yeah, we did help our friend who opened up a restaurant. Yeah, he was thinking of doing like open mic sessions. So yeah, when he reached out to us, asking how do you organize this, and then what's in terms of to compensate the performer, how everything, right? So yeah, we did all the background work. We discussed with them. Okay, it's like, okay, how do you want to, some compensate, or how do you want to pay or reward the performer who comes, based on their capability, based on, so yeah, we go there. Then when we approach or we invite performers to come, then we upfront, we tell them, okay, this is going to be like, if you perform here, they're going to give you this. So are you okay or not? So it is about, like, managing the expectation. So that's one of our new experience, me and Shakir organizing uh,
Ah,
a real physical open mic.
I think
Yeah.
like if the owners say, okay, we are unable to pay the performers, but what else can you give back? So maybe you
Mm.
can record the video performance, give a good quality video. So that could be the portfolio of the musicians that they
Yeah.
can use to get paid gigs. So that might be a worthwhile trade.
it has to be a win-win situation for both
Yeah,
sides now.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
because
cannot
like
be
the thing
just
is, like, I've
it cannot be
seen this
just play for
happen
free.
before. I've seen this
Yeah.
happen many times before. Because of course, not for musicians alone. It was something for DJs.
Mm.
Even when you think about open mics, for that matter, it's like, as much as it's nice to showcase your talent and get yourself a practice ground and expose yourself, but it's also, on the long run, it's like people start taking advantage of these talents. It's like under the guise of, hey, it's open mic, you just come for free and you just perform and I get to entertain my customers. So, I mean, I hope all the venues don't attack me after this laugh or this bringing this up. But on the
Yeah.
same side, I hope that all musicians will unite and just don't give in too much of that part of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's the give and take. The balance is a bit hard to the balance
Yeah.
is a bit hard to find.
Yeah.
Because when you're just
Especially.
starting out, like when you're just starting out, you don't have the craft phone, and you're not a confident performer. That kind of open mic scene is the ideal for you. But as you grow as a musician, you release music, you're better at winning and entertaining the crowd. Then yeah, you do deserve to get paid.
Yeah.
Cool, man.
Is
Cool,
it?
cool, cool.
It's a balance. Yeah, it's hard.
Cool. All right, from busking and performances, let's talk about your upcoming music. I am pretty sure you have something in store for your fans out there, because you have two tracks that are 2 or 3 this year. Is it
Three,
two?
Three.
three.
Three
Yeah,
this year,
yeah.
and of course there should be more, since now you got awards, you got all the other stuff coming along. I'm pretty sure you have two more tracks, right, coming up next this year.
Yeah.
Or is it
Yeah.
three?
Two or more. Two or more.
Two
Yeah.
more,
It could,
two more.
yeah. Yeah.
This, you say now is only about September, so we still have October, November, December. One track a
Yeah.
month or two tracks a month. You can have
Yeah.
six. Okay,
No.
okay, fine.
It's kind of hard to predict, because, like, with this current situation, right?
Yeah.
You always can plan, but it doesn't really, it
And all
doesn't
of a
mean
sudden
that.
they put a big, huge boulder in your path on your road, and they say, "No, go back home, stay at home again."
Then you put the
So
roadblock, cannot go to studio, huh?
Yeah,
so
that's true also, man.
so there's this two upcoming project that we are working on.
Hmm.
First project is our next single, which originally we target to release it end of this year. But that one we gotta wait for our recording studio to open up, because the person who's our sound engineer, he's staying outside of Bangladesh. So that one we have to wait for that. The second project that we're working on, looking for resources to do this, is an unplugged video performance for our current song.
Oh man,
Yeah.
I don't know
Uh,
about the video performance for an unplug. I would love to watch you guys live unplugged.
yeah. If things go to plan, yeah,
Yeah.
we will have this unplugged show, not just for one song. It's going to be, more than half an hour. We're going to play
I would
a lot
love
of songs. Yeah,
And
we go.
I'm just visualizing the whole thing as a nice, laid back, chill out kind of cafe like ambience. We just surrounded, like, the Nirvana Unplugged concert thingy. It's like, those kind of chill
Yeah, yeah,
out thing and just watch
yeah,
and layan habis. I
yeah.
just miss all that, man. I really miss those kind of shows, man.
Yeah, the idea was, we want to bring back all this, all these MTV unplugs that they were producing during early to mid to end 90s, that's kind of like, those days, a lot of grunge, not to say a lot, quite a number of grunge bands being invited to do these unplugged shows. So
Yeah, Nirvana, Pearl
yeah,
Jam.
Pearl Jam, Alice in Chains,
Yeah.
and Stone Temple Pilots, like for us, like being a fan of their music, like like you mentioned, Nev, we how they're going to play that song
Yeah.
acoustically, so yeah, that's what we are trying to do as well for our song, that we're going to like perform online, doing this acoustically of all our
Oh,
songs.
that would be awesome, man. If you're gonna perform online and you just decide to have about few audience just for the sake of shooting, please do invite me. I would love to sit down there and check out the whole show, man.
Nev could be our official media
And
partner.
official media, dude. I
Yeah.
wouldn't pass the media status, man. I'm just another guy. I'll definitely go full blast on it, man. Full blast. That's something I'm looking forward for.
No, you
And
just
of
come
course,
and relax, man. You just come and
yeah,
relax.
that's all I want
Enjoy.
to chill out. I so miss checking out gigs, man. I really, really, really miss checking out gigs, especially indie gigs. It's just like the feel, the energy in that. It's like it's totally different. I totally miss that. I can't wait
Yeah.
for it, man.
Yeah.
Hopefully that happens really soon. But
Yeah,
music wise, you're saying you're releasing 2 tracks. Any hints on the name of the tracks that's coming out, and what is it going to sound like? I don't have to give me details, because I know Shakir starts cringing because he doesn't want to know about the whole track. But at least could you just give this in terms of the sound of it, or maybe the name of the track, just to give a teaser, like.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure. Shakira.
You don't have to give the details about what the song about, but at least the sound of it, and also the title of the track.
For our fourth single, we are giving something. Yeah, we're gonna presenting something kind of different from the first 3 tracks that we released. It's kind of like the song is about like a imaginary fairy tale love story in a way. Yeah.
Okay. Too
Yeah,
late,
so-
Shakir. This kind of sounding thing, but we don't know how the
Yeah.
sound is like, right?
Yeah, but yeah, that I think that's one of the songs that that we're gonna release is based on, not from personal experience, from a friend's experience, the same old thing, but this friend of mine, he keeps dreaming about the same girl every night consecutively.
Shakir, too bad. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, how to irritate Shakir? Take step 1. Elaborate the
chance.
song.
Yes.
Okay, I'm
This
just
is
gonna
your
give.
chance.
I'm gonna take it easy on Shakir.
Yeah,
for
so
this
that's
one.
about it. Yeah. So,
Okay, that's
yeah.
about it, love.
Yeah,
Okay,
so-
so at least we know that. So that's one of it, and the other one is coming out also, right? 2 tracks. The first
The
one. and
the other one is the Unplugged project.
Unplug. Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the On and Off project.
Okay,
Yeah.
that one at least. Yeah, just bully Shakir enough. Shakir enough. I don't want to bully him some more.
But I have to say the pop single that Jay was talking about, I've heard him perform it, and it's my favorite song that he wrote.
Yeah. Like I said, it's the thing about Jay is he gets all the other guys like me jealous, not in terms of physical looks or whatever, but it's more of the way he plays the whole track. The vibe is like, everybody, guys like me, like, especially like me, who can't play, who can't sing, you just watch them, it's like, oh man, so cool. I wish I could do that, that kind of stuff. And now you say he plays the song really well for the next track. Another good reason for me to put it on my list.
No,
Top 10
coming from-
reasons why I am jealous of Jay.
No,
Mark this one out.
It's overwhelming because Shakir, he's a singer songwriter as well. So getting that kind of feedback, it's like, oh, okay. Yeah, because I never imagined that song is going to be recorded, because I did perform it live, and Shakir was one of the audience. He didn't join the band yet at that time. So yeah, when we performed that song, and he's just like, "Hey Jay, I like that song." But I was like, you like only this song, not that song, not that song. Yeah.
So now from the audience to the band member. That's a
Yeah.
nice escalation, just like what happened to Tom Holland in SpiderMan. First he was watching the
Ah,
Avengers,
yeah.
yeah, he was just watching the movie. It's like, oh, it'd be so cool to be part of it. And next
Yeah.
minute you realize he's Spider-Man.
He's gotta be.
He's the
Yeah.
Avenger. You know, that's the
Yes.
thing. Well, Destiny works in weird ways, man. But
Yeah.
anyway, speaking of which, of Destinies and all, like you guys do movies and stuff. Since Shakir's here, I got to bring up that topic, man. Movies is like lately. Have you all, Jay? Are you a movie person yourself?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm.
What kind
quite
of
a
movies
movie
do you
buff.
enjoy most?
I like thrillers. I like mystery, crime story, science fiction, also, but except Star Trek. But I like
Okay, thank you,
yeah.
thank you very much. As long as it's not Star Trek and Star Wars, I'm fine with it, man. Because I lost track of the
Yeah.
whole thing.
Yeah, and then of course MCU. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
different
MCU,
from
Shak?
Shakir. Yeah.
That I want to
Ah.
catch up because like because the cinemas just opened, so I want to catch up on my MCU movies.
I don't know, man. I just, as much as the hype. Okay, Avengers was good, but I'm still into the DC world, man. I'm a sucker for the DC universe, especially Suicide Squad, the Chop Chop Kill Kill, and all those bloody
Oh
facts
yeah,
and all.
I haven't watched the Suicide Squad, the latest one yet. I watched it at the
it is-
cinema as well.
I don't know.
Yeah.
People had mixed reaction to it. I find it was much nicer because there was no Will Smith.
Okay, no spoilers.
No, a second. I'm not going to go
No,
into
no.
details. All I
that-
can say is this: it was nice without Will Smith.
Yeah,
we
but
say it's better than the first Suicide Squad.
Okay,
Yeah,
personally, I prefer the second.
Ah, okay.
because
Okay,
it was
but-
directed by James Gunn.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
because the difference was like I'm not without giving out details about the movie, but the first one was too predictable. You know, it's like you can anticipate. It was just another MCU like feel kind of movie on the first Suicide Squad, but this one it had the DC elements in it, so that's what I kind of liked it. So that's all I can say. Idris Elba, he was one of the nicest role. I mean, that's all I can say. I mean, I don't want to be a spoiler. I don't want to be a spoiler. That I enjoyed it in such a way. Margot Robbie, she's awesome as always.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How's John Cena?
You'll be surprised, man. You'll be surprised. As much as you might look like an idiot at a certain point, but it was quite interesting. I wouldn't want to shout about it, his character so much, but it was not too bad, lah. It was not too bad. Speaking of which, I think I'm going to watch that again.
Yeah.
Okay, now
don't
I'm
spill too
excited.
much, Bean. Don't spill too
Yeah,
much.
I know.
Bean,
I don't want to. I don't want to tell anything about the story, but you might enjoy it very much, man. Since
Yeah, I'm
everybody's
excited.
now, yeah. Of course, the next one which I'm anticipating is, of course, SpiderMan and the Doctor Who thingy.
Mm-hmm.
Doctor.
The Far From Home, right?
No,
No way.
away
no.
from home,
No,
never back
away
home or
from-
something.
No way
The-
home.
I'm not going home or something.
The one
Way
with
Home.
Doctor Strange, right?
No Way
No
Home,
Way
is
Home.
it?
Ah, yes.
No way home.
Nice.
I mean, when they came out with titles for Spider-Man, why is it everything has to do with home?
The first
like
one, the
what-
first one makes sense, right? The first one makes sense.
Okay,
because,
first one was what? No Way Home. What's that?
Home-
again?
Homecoming.
The first one,
Okay.
Homecoming.
First
Ah.
one, Homecoming.
The second, Far From Home.
was
Far From Home.
Far
Far From Home.
okay. Then now this one, No Way Home.
No Way
Yes.
Home.
It's like, why are they out of titles? It's like Is
You
it?
know, MCU, right? They figure out this like many
Yeah.
years back.
it's
you
like
know,
one day they decided, what shall we call it? It's like, hey, where he was No Way. Okay, no way. Let's take out.
I believe originally, Homecoming is because the movie rights between Sony and Marvel.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because they tried that. So when MCU got to bring the title back to Marvel Studios, so they call it like Homecoming,
Oh.
So they make it the title that way lah. The title. That way.
See, we
Yeah.
learn something new every day. Not only
So
about
it-
music, we learn about movies also.
Yeah, Jay, that makes sense because, like, in a way, also Spider-Man is the main character of the MCU.
Yeah,
You think
actually,
about
come to
it.
think of it.
Yeah. So
Who
like,
knew, man?
Yeah.
Who knew? But the thing is, he's not making as much as whatever the rest of the characters did. That's the sad part of it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You would expect that he will be there, getting the more highest paid MCU actor, but he isn't. So Too bad. Tony Stark, Robert Downey Jr. made the most, man.
Yeah.
But
So,
maybe that's Marvel's business
Yeah, that's right.
acumen in play. Like, yeah, they have the main character of the MCU, but the actor is not getting the highest paid.
The thing is why for me like not much of Marvel these days is thanks to Disney, man. Once Disney bought it over, it's like, oh man, you just ruined the fun out of everything, man. You're just being too politically correct. You know, you're all that writes things and this and that. It's like it's kind of spoiled the whole thing.
I
But that
think
doesn't happen in
the DC is a bit dark, it's a bit witty. I like that.
yeah. I like it that way. I'm just waiting even for the animated movie called Injustice, which is coming out really soon. So
Yes.
hopefully that comes out soon. So I'm waiting for that, man. Hey, but hey, remember the podcast is about Hey Jay and you guys. I don't know how the hell did you go to end up with MCU DC.
Wait, one last point about DC. I'm actually really excited with the new Batman.
Oh,
The one.
Oh,
the
yeah,
one
Orlando
with
Bloom.
Robert Pattinson. Yeah. The one
yeah,
with
from a
Robert
vampire
Pattinson.
to a bat.
Oh, Robert Pattinson. Oh, then
Yeah.
Yeah.
Orlando Bloom lah. Oh, that one I'm excited.
Yeah.
I think Pattinson is a really good actor, man.
Yeah,
No,
that's what is surprising me right now because from a guy who just had that pretty boy K-pop look and all of a sudden a brutal beating somebody up kind of thingy.
I don't know because like to me it's like Robert Pattinson he's going backwards. You know, because he used to be a vampire, now he turns himself into a bat.
A bat.
So
Yeah, sooner or later the virus. But no pun intended. But anyway.
yeah. Sorry,
Yeah,
Robert.
man. How do you yeah, sooner or later they're gonna say how do you get rid of Batman? Vaccination.
But I think for actors that's kind of the path. Like I think like Heath Ledger, he started out as a pretty boy,
Yeah.
then he became like one of the best Jokers ever.
Yeah, I think that's what DC does. You know, you like you take a character that you wouldn't expect them to play, and then all of a sudden you just switch the role completely.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
like
yeah.
something into someone unexpected, like which is pretty impressive. You know, like I mean, a lot of people complain about Affleck's and Batman and so on, but then again, you get to see another side of him. I mean, as much as a lot of people didn't like it, but I find it that he did a pretty okay job in that, man. Pretty
He
okay.
actually looks like Batman in the comics, you know, with all the
Yeah.
muscles. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So it was DC does a good job in that. You can watch Suicide Squad and you know what I'm talking about, lah.
Okay,
just
you
watch-
make me excited. Okay,
Yeah.
bye guys. I gotta go.
I think that's on my playlist tomorrow. Lah. That's how I'm gonna look at it. All right, guys. Before we wrap things up, just to recap again on the once again, congratulations on the awards for the best song of the year with the Rampage Radio. Okay,
Indie Rampage,
indie radio station for the best song, best award. Congratulations on that part. Your new tracks are coming up in the next couple of months. You got 2 new tracks, or rather, one is the unplugged version and one is a new track altogether. And if for those who haven't checked out the jam session, well, please do. I'm going to post it on the website. And the link is available in the YouTube page down there in the description column. You're going to check it out down there. All the videos you need, everything you need, their social media. Make sure you follow them, like them, and subscribe to the whole thing. All right, the whole works. And before we say adios, Jay, Shakir, anything else you'd like to add on to the show before I wrap things up?
Basis first.
Oh, okay. We're gonna now we're gonna promote our current single, which is called Good Vibrations. So hopefully we gonna release the lyric video on IG. Is that our plan, Jay? So?
Yes, yeah. We did have a lyric video out during the release of the single. It was it's available on YouTube. So we're gonna put in IGTV as well.
Yeah.
Cool, man.
Yeah. So yeah.
To check
Looking
that out.
forward to that.
Yeah,
Okay,
and
we'll check that out.
and then just to share, Good Vibrations also being played in 3 radios, 3 different radios in US. Other than Indie Rampage Radio, is playing now in Indie Storm Radio, and as well as this Phoenix Radio. It's not from Phoenix, but I forgot the state. But it's in Phoenix Radio. But
we'll
it's not in
find
the
out
state
you-
of Phoenix. Yep.
Well, when you visit the guys on their social media page, I'm pretty sure they have their links for that for you to check it out for yourself.
Yes.
So that's also the
Right.
hint for our guys locally down here lah. Tunggu apa lagi? What's the excuse now? Okay. But anyway, congratulations. It's awesome. The track that I fell in love with, all the tracks, the music video, the song, it gives a nice feel, especially you're a fan of the alternative and the grunge scene. You get the best of both worlds. You get the new school and old school flavor together in one track. And of course, the sound of the band gives you the best of both worlds. So do check it out. Okay, it's available on Spotify, iTunes, and all the available streaming platforms. On YouTube, please do follow them and subscribe to their YouTube channel for more videos. And also their how do you put it? Audio streaming platforms. Do people follow? Yeah, they follow, right? Or is there a subscribe button on audio platforms?
There's a Spotify. There's a follow. Yeah.
Okay, so follow them there too. So get you all the dose. Guys, thank you once again for sacrificing your time on being on the show once again.
No,
Hey.
we thank you so much, Ned, for having us.
It's a
thank you for
pleasure.
inviting
It's
us.
always
Second
a
time.
pleasure. Yeah, the second time, second, third, technically. But I'm looking forward for more. Like I said earlier, you guys are not a guest on my show. You're family, man. You're family.
Yeah.
So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Have a great night.
Thank
Have a
you.
great week, and stay safe. Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank you,
thank
Ned.
you everyone. Thank you everyone.
Take care.
Thank you.